Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Playback. This is episode 14, and we're doing Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Yeah. Versus the podcast setup.
Absolutely. That's what we were having earlier.
Scott Pilgrim versus the XLR.
Scott Pilgrim versus
Josiah
Lily's
put-
ADHD episode.
Oh my god, we will see how this goes.
Scott
Lily and
Pilgrim
Alex-
versus feminism.
Lily and Alex versus going to Canopy Lake on time.
It's not happening, but we're going to give it a go.
We'll
All
try.
right, it's good.
This is a 2010 movie
Yeah.
directed by Edgar Wright, who also directed Baby Driver.
Who was
and
also in the snowbank that Desiree saw.
yeah, that's Edgar Allan Poe. So this is about
Same
Scott
thing.
Pilgrim, who's in a band, and he starts to like a girl named Ramona and has to fight her evil exes.
There you go, Des.
I almost
Got
made the
yourself.
same issue. Yeah, so it is definitely not my first time watching this. This was my pick. It's like definitely in double digits. I know Joe has seen this before, but it's your
Yeah.
guys' first time, right?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
So what were your thoughts?
I describe this in one sentence. It would
Bless.
be every actor in Hollywood whose name I don't know, but I know their name because of their face, but in a superhero comic book movie.
Yeah. lot of superheroes.
What I would say is that I know exactly what's going on, but I have no idea what's going on. And these graphics are interesting. And the budget for this movie was high, but it didn't make it made only like half of the money back
Yeah.
in the box office when I looked it up. So
Really? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it was like an $84 million budget, and then it made like 56 at the
Art.
box office.
84
saw-
million
Yeah,
So
that's what I read.
to make
many.
this movie?
It makes
The
sense.
graphics were good.
That's-
For I
Yeah.
was
that's
thinking for
not that
2010,
crazy, yeah.
graphics
Yeah.
were pretty good. Also, what Alex said. I know their faces, but I don't know what they are.
Literally
Yeah.
minus my queen, Anna Kendrick.
Also, like, why is his face that small?
That's mean. He like
Are we
has
talking
depression.
about? Are we talking about Michael Cera?
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah,
He's got a little bit of a bird nose, but it's cool.
and
Do
like
your
the
thing.
smallest face.
Let's let him live here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, that's kind of his character, right, in the movie, where he's
Yeah.
like the dude who's kind of like
I thought
everybody
it was
has
cute.
these expectations of him, but he's got to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Especially Ramona, because she's like, "Oh, you got to fight my exes," and then he's like, "Yo, I got this. Me and my base."
His base battles
Yeah.
are awesome.
That was cute. Yeah.
I like the movie set one.
Oh, so number 2. Yeah. So each ex is numbered, obviously, by the order that Ramona dated them, based off a comic book by Brian Lee O'Malley. So right off the bat, what is your guys' favorite ex fight?
Number 2, the movie set.
Okay. So that's Lucas Lee, the famous actor, played by
like-
Chris Evans.
I like number 3. I thought that was funny.
Yes.
That was a little
that's,
before his time with Marvel, so
It was.
it was
And
a
that
little
chin
fun
strap?
seeing
Oh,
that.
no.
Wrong.
That's probably about when he did the Fantastic Four, right?
Is that even Marvel?
It-
Who knows?
Yeah. It is.
Is it? Yeah.
Is it?
It
Okay.
is.
Those
I'm
were
not
at-
a superhero.
Me
I'm
neither.
not.
This is a superheroes I'll get.
Yeah, there's Chris Evans, who is Captain America, Brie Larson, who is Captain Marvel. Brandon Ruth played
Superman.
Superman way back in the day. And
Tomas.
that guy, one of the vegan cops, played the Punisher.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. I'm with
Damn.
you on
But
that.
yeah, I would say
Like-
3 is one of my favorite fights as well. I love the base battle in that
Yeah.
one.
It was like all the battles, but like more. Like it like
Yeah.
took pieces from like all the other ones.
Yeah.
And, like, was all together in like one good one.
And I think it's funny the coincidence that they've dated the person that their ex is,
Or-
you know?
yeah, like
how
their
do I-
exes are dating.
Yes, their
Yeah.
exes are dating is the best way
Yeah.
to say that.
And like, damn, all of them ended up in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, of all places, like they were running
Toronto.
through their 6s with their
My woes.
running through the 7s
That is so funny.
with their woes.
Which one was the fourth one?
That was the one with Roxy, I believe. Yeah, number 4.
Oh, the belt. You like the belt?
Yeah, so that's when Ramona like controls Scott to fight her ex-girlfriend Roxy.
Oh, that was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's like, I won't hit a girl.
She's like, you gotta.
She's like, "Well, square
Oh,
up, Scott.
wait.
What do you think?"
Yeah.
You know, the fact. So I was like, Ramona dated a girl, and then like in the movie at some point, it's like, I think it was Wallace who was like the L word, and he was like lesbian, and then it was like, no, the other L word, lesbians.
Oh yeah.
Like the L word, like
He's like,
Joe's
you're
favorite
gonna
slur.
have to use the L word, which he meant love, obviously. Yeah, I love that when they're having like that conversation in the kitchen, and he's like, you know what sucks, and he grabs the 8 and turns it sideways, and he's like,
Yeah,
everything. And I was
That's
like,
like
oh,
reality.
for real. Who was you guys' favorite character?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Stacy Pilgrim, his sister, Anna
Alex
Kendrick.
just like loves Anna
I like
Kendrick.
love Anna
like
Kendrick
just loves
for
Anna
like
Kendrick.
no reason. Like
She was
she's
great.
so entertaining.
They have like the same note. Wallace, that was my favorite character.
Wallace is
Who is
amazing.
I
Home
didn't
Alone's
finish.
older brother.
Really?
Younger brother or older brother?
Older,
What
I
is
think.
it?
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
he's a
McClady?
brother.
yeah, he's a Culkin.
He's a brother.
McCulkin. There we go.
Which I thought was good.
Kieran
I thought was funny.
Culkin.
Yeah, he may have been my favorite character. They were hilarious.
Wallace
Oh my
was
god!
amazing.
Every time there would be like different
I
gay
didn't
guys
really-
in his bed.
And then when they sit up,
Yeah.
what's wrong, Scott? What's wrong, other Scott?
I didn't really like Kim. She was like really annoying. I don't know.
Really?
I was indifferent about Kim, the
Okay.
drummer of
The drummer?
Sexo.
All the
Sex
drummers were
Bomb.
girls, which was
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I also liked Aubrey Plaza. I just like love her. Any character
Yeah.
that's like her, it's like the same character, but like it's like
Uh
funny.
huh.
That's like not a compliment.
No, she's like typecasted, but like in a good way somehow. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, absolutely.
Like,
Oh,
it's
sure.
just
She's got a
like her
2 to her, which
personality.
was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the guitarist's ex-girlfriend / current girlfriend, depending on
Who you're asking?
yeah who you're
And
talking
what
to.
day of the week it is?
Yeah,
So-
What's
exactly.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
UV index?
Gonna need that SPF 50 for
Yeah,
sure.
the UV index was 10 earlier. I should have been at La Playa. I was in this podcast room
See. A la playa. Is that the
at the beach.
No, I know what that means, but I was gonna say is the Y for Colombians, is that the ja sound?
I don't know. I just know how to speak it.
You
Like
just
I
like
don't. I
that.
don't. I never learned grammar or anything. I
Okay.
just like at La Playa.
Got you.
La Playa.
Because that is a Y, right? I think.
I don't know.
This is your
like
daily
me.
Spanish lesson
Yeah.
with
I
young
took
Hart.
Spanish from 3rd
Who
grade to
needs-
the end of high school, and
Who
I
needs Duolingo
No,
when you
I
have
never.
three
Duolingo?
words.
I like never like
Duolingo.
officially learned Spanish. Like I speak very broken Spanish. I have like 9 last names if we want to be like serious, but like they're not.
We
on
are
my birth
in a
certificate,
we
but,
are
like,
in
we're
a
gonna get
treat for
into it. I have,
we
like,
need a
8.
Duolingo lesson.
I have an accent on my birth certificate, so like
On Desiree?
yeah.
Desiree
Is it Desiree?
McMinn.
Well, it's Desiree, but it looks like Desiree, but it's a
Oh.
little accent.
My name would be Lily Grace Castrillon Vélez Herrera Rios Hart.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like it's just Lily Grace Hart. So hit me up.
What?
I love that.
So hit me up.
So hit me up.
Joe, what about you? What are your thoughts on this movie and characters?
Wait, did they even answer which was their favorite X battle?
Yeah, I said
Joe
number
didn't.
2.
I'll do the twofer.
It's because Joe's
Um,
gone through too many X battles. Doesn't go on
That's a
that
future
rocky
EQ,
road.
so
That's
That's a future EQ.
the What am I answering right now? I'm doing favorite battle.
yeah, favorite X battle.
I don't want to be redundant, but like the Chris Evans one was pretty awesome. What was the one where he
Bam Bam.
Is it the final one where he's like fighting the dude?
With the face and
Is
the
it-
mole.
It's not Dave Navarro, is it? Who is it? They like made him look like him, kinda.
Jason?
Oh, is that Jason Schwartzman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
That's, I was like, Jason.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
though. Yeah, you know. But yeah, that one was really cool too, because that was one of the final ones, right?
That was the
That was the
one.
final
Yeah.
one.
He was the
Yeah,
big
he was like the
boss.
boss.
And that's
Yeah.
the one where Scott has to use his extra life.
Yeah. No, that one's kind of it is the climax. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah, but
And he gets his like
I
power
like,
but
that
power
one kind
ups.
of annoyed me. Like I don't know.
Really?
Like, that one I was just
Why
like
was that?
it just like took too long. Like I feel
all
like
right, fair enough.
like if like obviously like they want the whole movie was kind of just like blowing everything out of
Yeah.
proportion and like
Yeah.
really video gamey, but like I was just like watched it and I was like at a point where I was like just like come on, like I know you're gonna win, just like do it already.
Stop fighting.
I love video game noises, so this was a good
Mhm.
treat
Oh.
when you wanted
Oh
some
my
good
god!
video game
Wait,
clicks.
so I have a EQ for you guys.
Yep.
What was your favorite like video game like piece in the movie that like
That's so
that you
difficult.
liked? Because like for example, My favorite one, or like I thought it was really satisfying, was like the pee bar when he went pee and like it went down. I loved that for some reason. Like that was just like so fun. And I like that when everybody like died, they like dropped into coins.
I
Love that.
Lego Star Wars. That's what it reminded me
And
of.
he got points for
I know,
it.
Lego
Batman.
game.
Yeah.
That was really good. They have so many video game references.
So like, what's yours?
Oh, what do you play? Tetris.
Oh
Zelda.
Young Neil.
Candy Crush.
He's like,
He
that's a
became
big question.
just
I really
Neil.
like the P bar is amazing. I do really love that part.
Like it just like went down so satisfyingly. Yeah. But he peed really quickly, like very quickly.
Sometimes you're in a rush.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I like the 8-bit intro. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh
that
yeah.
was sweet.
I was just like, is my computer like not working right now, or like
Yeah.
is this?
Oh,
like,
that's so funny.
Like I was like
I
hitting the
was
side
like-
of it.
You were like,
I was like, come on, let's go. Focus.
These youngins, they
Buffering.
just don't get it.
I know what 8-bit is.
can we just
No, I
talk
know.
about what are your thoughts when you watch a movie and the opening like title sequence is the credits for a movie?
Ooh,
What
that's
do you mean?
Like in this movie,
Oh, they have the
whole
title.
credits was in the
Ding, ding, ding,
beginning.
ding.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the main peeps, like people that are in it.
The people.
It's not like the grips are listed or anything.
Grip Gus.
Yeah,
Gus.
sometimes I like don't mind it, but then when it's like a whole other thing, sometimes I find it distracting. Where I'm like, all right, let's move on.
Like movie that does that beautifully. Shrek.
ooh, 100%. Which, by the way,
Des is like, God damn
you
it.
can't really see right now, but we have the "Beware, Do Not Enter" sign recording.
We do.
Yeah.
Shout out Shrek.
It says keep out. I drew it during the last podcast.
Keep oot. But the but
Tess is like, how is my podcast
She's
getting
like,
hijacked
oh.
again?
No,
I thought-
it's totally okay.
she's like,
And
it's
that's what they
fine.
all
I'm
say.
not going to murder you all at your car later. But the I was thinking
You can murder Joe and Alex together because they're parked next to each other. Alex saw your seltzer.
wait, Alex is
You
out
parked
back?
in the back?
You're not in the front.
No.
Then
Oh, I
whose
shouldn't have
car
told you
was I
that.
looking at?
So you were looking
Probably
at someone
someone
else's
else's.
seltzer
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, they had this seltzer water
Not
that
my
you
seltzer.
only drink. It's
You
the-
drink? Do you drink plain club soda?
Oh no. That's how you clean a carpet. That's not how you drink like something good.
Then Alex is literally lying. He's literally spreading fake news.
I was
about you.
literally looking at someone else's car because it was a Honda and it was as nice as yours.
Alex was like, I can ruin Joe's day just as easy with my long legs if he makes me mad. And he was gonna wreck someone else's car.
I mean, that would have been hilarious because he wouldn't have got my day messed up, and then he would have also had to pay insurance for some stranger. Would have been a good time. No, but I think my reaction to this movie was the first time I watched it was like Des was saying, I think like college, like late high school, early college.
Me and Alex are like 3rd grade.
Yeah, you guys are like, when I was born.
That 10-year difference.
But
Sorry, kids.
no, my favorite part about it was I think because that was when I first started getting into movies, and so this is one of the first ones where it was like, a lot of people liked it and watched it and really had a good time. You can throw it on with a group, but it's also got some elements to it that are like pretty classic movie stuff. A lot of the operators that he has on his movies and stuff like that, like especially camera department, are all very like classic Hollywood guys. And there's a lot of stuff they do with editing and sound cues and light cues and everything like that are, if not practical, they're like in camera. And there's like all this stuff like for a lot of the lighting stuff that was happening like before and after battles, like that was on the sound stage and they just killed the lights and then brought them back up. And so like that stuff wasn't like CGI or anything like that. And just like learning about all that and then it also being like a sick movie that people like to watch like with their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that those two, I guess, were like could be the same thing.
No, you're
But-
totally right. Because if you don't care about filmmaking or whatever, it's just like a really funny story or fun story.
Yeah.
But like if you do care, the editing and the camera tricks are so
Oh,
awesome.
I loved when they
Yeah.
like they transitioned from one scene to another
Oh,
and they'd go past the
The
wall
transitions
and
were
go
so
up.
good.
For example, my
He's
phone.
so great about
That's
that.
like why in the beginning I was just like, I'm confused. Like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
did I miss? Because I'd look away for a second and I'd be like,
like
hold on.
That's like when you're in Sims and you like change the settings so you can view it like as the Sim.
Oh my god, yeah. I get that.
Wait, so
That's film school for you guys.
Right there.
wait, so The Sims, you guys are like heavy Sims kids, right?
Damn right I
Yes.
am.
Yeah. So I've been seeing a lot of Sims content popping up lately.
Okay.
Like on your
meme-wise.
ads or just memes.
No, just memes.
Okay,
Not,
so
no
send them
ads.
over.
No,
That's
I'll
fake. You
I'll
follow
have
me,
to I'll
brother
have to send.
Josiah, Brosiah, Mr. B.
Yeah, but those last two are the alternate titles, the alternate handles
His
that I
Finsta.
decided not to go with.
I think that Brosiah would be hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
culture.
That really
So
is.
back to The Sims.
Oh yeah, no, I was just wondering, like, I never really played, and so you guys
we
like
can make that
reference it all
happen.
the time. Yeah,
Narbo Bazaz.
I can bring in my
Whips of
PlayStation.
4B new.
did you just try to say my brother's name? You're like Bobaz Azaz.
That's Simlash.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Whips
Is
of
that like
4B
Sims
new.
language?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Simlish.
got you.
Yeah, I'm doing the 100 baby challenge right now. It's not as easy as a thing. As
The
you think it
what?
is.
No, it's
100
super
baby
difficult.
challenge.
Your Sim.
You can.
gives birth
I'm on
100
baby
times.
M.
A pregnancy's
Right
3
now.
days.
So,
Oh, a pregnancy is only 3 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Wait, so you only need like a year?
Yeah, but your sim gets older, and you can only have 8
Oh.
people in a family, so you have to age
And
people out.
You can
Oh.
only have one father per child.
if-
Like
Oh,
it has to.
yeah.
You have to change the dad
Mm-hmm.
for each kid.
The
It's
real-
really, really hard.
The
Yeah,
real Sim
BuzzFeed's doing
capacity.
one.
I don't watch that one.
Is
I
like-
watch mine.
I
The-
watched it. It's
The
alright.
age of like a Sim to like live in a house is like 5 Sim weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like-
the math just doesn't fit with 100 babies, but you have to have
It doesn't.
100
And then
babies.
so like
Once
you have babies up at so like once your baby like ages up to like young adult, you move them out, and so you can make room for more babies. And then
And all
so
this while your hair
once
is
yeah
going gray.
yeah, and then once your sim gets to the point where they can't like once it becomes an elder and can't have any more kids, you become the youngest female in your family, and then you have more kids with that. So for mine, I'm doing names A through Z. So like I know which one it is. So like my first
Oh,
baby was
okay.
A, second was B, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on baby M right now.
Are you hanging up the birth certificates?
We don't get one.
Oh.
Sims 3 you
wow.
do.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But I would if I could.
That's
Yeah.
a little video game history for
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
I like if you want to talk to me about The Sims, I could do it all day.
No Sims references really in this. I guess the P bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of
Very
like your
Sims,
bladder thing. It's
right?
like, whoop.
My
Yeah,
whole thing with
but
The
so
Sims with
many.
this though was because it felt like a bunch of Sims characters.
Yeah.
Like the way they like all the characters in like the world and everything.
No, I totally agree.
it
When you
felt
give
like
your
Sims.
Sim free will.
Yeah.
That's this
Oh
game.
my god, you
It's
guys.
this movie.
I found out where that scene was from, where it's like, oh, like the best scene in like film history. And it's like when Knives shows up at the door and is like, is Scott here? And he jumps through the
Oh,
window.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
I
that.
saw the door like even before the scene. And I was like,
You're like, where do I know
oh,
this?
I know this.
But he
Yeah.
like goes through the window and then the arm
then
comes back
grabs
in
the
for
Back
the
to get the
coat,
coat,
and,
yeah.
like,
And the whole time
camera's
she's
like,
just like,
shoo, shoo.
It's so good.
easy.
Oh, poor Knives.
What are yeah?
But she was dope.
Yeah.
I love the scene with her where they're with Clash of Demon Head
Mm-hmm.
and he punches her. And young Neil's like, you punched the highlights out of her hair.
Did you relate to that, Tez?
No, I've never
Had the
I've
punch lights out of your hair.
I've never had the punch lights out of my hair. I've never had the highlights punched out of my hair.
Do you relate to any of the characters in this?
They're all like really extreme versions of people, so it's like kind of hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure like there's pieces of everybody we can relate to, like Scott needing to grow up and just deal with things versus like he's like I'll break up with someone by just like disappearing. Which
Ghosting.
yeah, they basically said he ghosted his last few girlfriends, even Kim. He just started dating someone new and was like, sorry, Kim.
And you see him do it with Ramona and Knives.
Exactly. And then at the party, Audrey Plaza's character says that he's done it to like 3 other girls. So yeah, I think like that stuff like people definitely can relate to. And then having an ex that you want to fight, probably.
Joe and his lacrosse
ooh.
ex-girlfriends.
I'm so fascinated by this whole like storyline that you've created for me, like that, but like nothing that I've ever even talked about, and you're just
Yeah.
like, all right, here's this stuff that happened to
Mr.
him.
B
Yeah,
and his life story.
Sometimes I'm like, are you talking about Giselle, or are you talking about a plot that happened on like Teen Wolf?
right.
Ew,
that too.
Where they were
Absolutely.
playing
I'm
lacrosse
pissed
and
that
then
you literally would think that I would watch that show. I'm like, actually, we're in a fight.
it's the only show I can think of that has lacrosse on it.
I guess.
At least you know that.
Yeah, you know what Teen Wolf has on it. So hot to you too, Desiree.
I wasn't making fun of anybody.
difficult sport to like fake on film.
Yeah.
Like you can't really
I
like
guess.
it's
Only to people that have seen it.
Yeah,
or
Lax Bro
played it.
Joe.
you know what?
Yeah.
Very true.
Otherwise, I'm
Very
like, oh,
true.
you're passing with a stick. It looks real to
It
me.
looks like Lax.
Hey, look at he tossed the ball over
Lax
there. They caught it in
baby.
their
All I'm
stick.
saying
Yeah,
is,
they
if you want to have
did the
real
little
fun with
twirl.
Lily's dog, you just have to get the lacrosse stick in the ball, and he
Oh,
goes
that
crazy.
thing goes
Oh, I
far.
bet.
Like
That's
where
a
do
great
where do
dog
they all
toy.
go? Your old dog lacrosse
What?
toys.
They go over the fence and then you never get them back.
Not once.
Not once. It's like you know how like in The Sandlot, and they have the dog in the back. What's his name?
Yeah.
I love that movie. My neighbor is like the dog in the back. We once went back there to get like a ball, and we were on our bikes, and like the man was like shaking the fence at us, and we were like, I gotta go.
You're
I
like,
definitely
I
had
just
a neighbor like that, where like something went in his yard, and I went to get it back, and he was like, "You put that down." I was like, "It's mine." He's like, "Put
That's
it down."
like
Yeah.
terrifying.
We like
Yeah, he
left
was
our
very
bikes in his
scary.
backyard and like ran.
Yeah.
It
you're
was
just trying to like spring clean and like just clear off the lawn, you know,
Yeah,
give him a chance
preach.
to rake things up.
yeah. I don't know.
Can't be sifting through all these tennis balls. Not cool.
No,
I don't think any of my neighbors as a child had a lawn.
my neighbors have like a huge lawn in the back. They used to have turkeys. No longer.
In my
They
new
ate them?
apartment, sometimes when I'm driving there, there's turkeys.
I had a turkey. No, I had
A
a.
turkey club.
The turkey.
Is this the Turkey Club Club?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Alex
pro
is at the
Turkey
Turkey
Club.
Club.
What do
Wait.
you guys think of mayo, by the way?
Absolutely not
Oh,
getting into
no,
this
I'm
right
kidding.
now.
Light on the mayo.
I'm literally not here. Like I'm so busy, booked for the rest of my life.
I mean, mayo as in Michael
Missed.
Sarah.
I mean, Alex got hit on in the club last
So
night.
back to
Michael
that
Sarah.
was 2 nights ago.
All right.
And back to this film.
How is he? Like, I feel like,
Like,
I feel
how
like I
is
read an
he?
article that Michael Sarah, like, someone like made fun of his like depression and he's going through it. Is
I
that
think-
true? Is that
I hope
breed?
not.
Like, is that a rumor?
No, I think people overuse like in a lot of films and TV shows. Like he gets pegged as that character. So like in Arrested Development, there's like a scene of him walking like really sad, and people just like keep reusing it.
Yeah.
But
that poor man.
How is he? Like, it's
I
just
think
he's still
he's
working
fine.
on
Has
it.
everyone
Yeah.
talked- has
Not
anyone
even
checked
like
in on
mental
him
health
lately?
wise, like career wise. Like,
I
what's
think
he up
he's
to?
fine. I know he did a couple indie movies, and then he had like small. Yeah, I watched 2 of his indie movies.
So he's keeping.
I feel like if I saw him,
He's good.
Who's Harris?
Is it the
If
one where
I-
they
It's, like,
go?
blonde. It's very-
There was one. I think it was called Crystal Fairy, and it was like
Crystal Lake.
him trying to get like a cactus that's like has drugs in it,
I'm trying to
like or
revitalize
would
Yeah.
drug you like have,
Right.
and then one where like
What's the one where they're like gonna go do some like the main character you realize is like starting to lose it a little bit,
Yeah.
but they make it seem in the trailer like he's crazy and like a villain. And it's like in the backwoods somewhere in Europe, and they're like on
Yeah.
a bridge, and there's like a
those have
river and
eyes.
stuff.
yeah, I
You
think,
know what I'm
I
talking
think I
about?
know which one you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it had like Juno Temple in it. Not Juno Temple. Yeah, Juno Temple.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh Juno. I mean, he's been killing
Juno.
Juno.
Juno. I don't know.
you know,
And I mean, super bad. That dude's gonna be able to like cake off those movies forever.
oh, absolutely.
So I feel like he can kind of do what he wants.
I'm pretty sure I heard. I don't know if this is like just a rumor, but I heard that he agreed to be in This Is the End. If
Only
he,
for that character.
only if he could wear his swishy jacket.
Oh
His
yes.
windbreaker is the
Yes.
word.
those
Yeah.
are not allowed in this room.
Literally, that's
no.
like a fidget
You-
spinner for your body.
You make that noise, and Joe's like,
just like
I get
back
it.
away.
Now, the view
Trigger.
our
Hey,
many
calm down,
thousands of
calm
viewers
down,
are going to
buddy.
have to like weigh in on this. However, I feel like have I got better?
Yes,
with,
you have.
Like
You have.
not being a
Like
control
I've been
freak?
slapping this thing against the table the entire time we've been recording, and you haven't said anything.
Did I react once?
No.
Not a once.
Not a
Because
once.
now
Hey,
people
Alex, no
can
community
see
chapstick.
people can see it, so I don't even care.
Oh,
I
I
don't
have,
remember you acting like or reacting really
It's like
largely.
it's like a, hey Des.
no, he'd be like,
He just let
he'd be
you
like,
know.
Alex, but you gotta stop.
Oh, the
That's like
buzz.
like
exactly how
okay,
you would say it.
therapist.
No, there was like 1 or 2 times where I actually like slapped a hand, and I
Oh,
was like,
yeah, you
I
like
should
once like
relax.
kicked
That's-
Alex under the table.
I did not kick.
That's
There was
literally
no kick.
like, you're on the job, buddy.
There was no video evidence.
I was like, all right, pal,
Oh
we're
my
on the
God.
clock.
All right, I have an EQ for
Can
you
we?
guys.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hit us with
I have
it.
a couple.
What was your favorite song from the movie?
Ooh.
And I'd
Oh
also
my God.
like to give a quick shout out to I see that Beck's name's on here.
Yeah, so
My absolute king.
yeah,
Really?
all
Little
the-
man with his
so-
little hat. Oh, his little hat.
So most of the music in the movie was either like written by or helped out by Beck, but he
King.
did all the Scott Pilgrim Sex Bomb stuff, and then the Clash at Demon Head, which is Black Sheep, or Envy Adams. She does this song called Black Sheep. It's by Metric.
Metric
and
is great.
Metric's awesome, and you can have there's a Metric version and a Clash at Demon Head version, and then Crash and the Boys is done by a band called Broken Social Scene, and they have more songs than just that. So they released like an album
Oh,
of all the
that's
Scott
cool.
Pilgrim stuff,
Yeah, I'm looking.
which I definitely listen to
I'm
like
looking at it right now.
pretty religiously. There's also a song when Knives shows up at the event with the Katanagi twins, where she's like in the crowd, and when he gets to her, it starts like lightly snowing on her, and it's "Anthem of a 17-Year-Old Girl," I think it's called.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and it's like really sweet but really sad, because the drama.
Queen.
The
So which was your
drama.
favorite? Which song?
I don't know any of the songs. I just checked them. So, question.
I
out.
liked the garbage one. I remember liking
yeah.
that one.
Garbage Truck is
Yeah.
pretty amazing. I think Black Sheep is so good. The Clash of Demon Head, I would listen to them, and I liked her like almost like Jessica Rabbit-esque like emphasis.
Yeah.
Like everything was like real bad, like instead of just like regular, and I love that. But really, everything by Sex Bomb was dope.
Joe?
Um,
Bro Joe?
I'm with the Metric one, but a Broken Social Scene is such a great name.
Mm-hmm.
So I may just have to go with that one.
And they made a song called "I Hate You, Please Die."
Fair enough.
Okay, where's the link? I don't know.
In the movie, they say this next song is "I Hate You, Please Die," and it's dedicated to Wallace. But the song they play is not "I Hate You, Please Die." It's a different song.
So what's the truth?
If you listen to the soundtrack, it is literally like a 2-line song where they're like, the first song they sang where it was just like screaming for a second. They literally are like, "I hate you, please die," and then it's like and end.
Iconic.
What about you guys?
They don't.
Or
I don't
you don't know?
remember.
Okay.
Alex is
I don't
like,
remember.
I was asleep.
I was partially asleep,
Oh my God.
and then I
I was
watched it.
doing my laundry.
I wanna say,
I
let the
watched
record
it.
show-
I watched it before I got out of bed. I finished
Let
it.
the
Don't
record
worry.
show. I didn't do laundry during this movie.
Way to be.
I watched the entire thing from beginning to end.
You are a feminist icon for
I-
not doing the
True.
laundry well.
Correct.
Watching this movie
I need to do laundry real bad. Let the record show.
I did mine last night.
Good job.
during the movie.
Actually, I did. I put it in and then started the movie. So technically, while doing
What is
the
it
movie.
like? Biting your own flame, making your own flame.
What?
Digging
You almost
your
had it,
grave.
Luck.
What is it?
You were so close.
This happens each
I don't know
podcast.
what this
Why
is.
she?
Biting
This your is-
own flame.
What is it?
I'm over it.
I don't
All
really
right.
know what you were going, but I
don't
understood the
either.
context of it.
Burning your own flame.
Digging your own grave?
Yeah.
Okay.
By doing my laundry.
Yeah, you smelly.
What?
No,
I'm
can't say
very
that.
confused.
I think he was just saying because you
You
told other
Lily-
people not to do laundry during movies,
Yeah.
but
Then you did your own.
for
like-
the record, she had already seen this movie. It was like her.
And I didn't do it while the movie was still playing. I
Oh,
didn't
fair
leave the room and then come back and ask my sister, what happened?
I was just about to say, and then I come back and ask Nikki what happened.
That's such a TV thing to do, though. Like, we have pausing now.
Yeah.
Like, you can just be like,
Okay, but I was
yeah.
like, Nikki, let me pause it. She was like, no. And I
fair
was
enough.
like,
All right,
whatever.
fair enough. When you do have other people involved, especially siblings, that can get
That can
get
get
tricky.
that can get
Yeah.
them blocking the TV
Oh my god.
monitor with a
Blocking
clicker
the-
with the hands.
my.
Cable box with your hands.
It's
so
like
they
this.
Can't
Yep.
change it with the remote.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. Or like in between
That's
commercials
so-
when you're running to get a snack and
That's
it's like
so
it's back and like everybody like leaves to pee.
2000s.
That
That's
definitely.
iconic.
That is like permission to fight at that point. Like, you just gotta
Permission to get physical.
Yeah, real physical. Like, you and the
Get
sibling gotta throw
physical.
hands. It's
Yeah.
not even a debate.
Like when it's my turn to play Club Penguin, it's my turn to play Club Penguin.
My dial up now. Oh my god, they didn't even know.
My turn for the lacrosse
No.
stick, Joe says.
My
It's my
turn.
turn.
Amen.
Good thing I
God
got
bless America.
17 of them.
Born in the USA.
So what was
America.
your favorite scene in this?
Oh.
I liked all the scenes in their house. Like that was like a cozy
Wallace's,
atmosphere. I
yeah.
just like wanted to hang
No,
out with
I did.
them.
I agree. I think those were my favorite. I feel like it was just like so like
like you
you were
guys are
just
like,
watching them
good
be in their
friends.
house
Yeah.
instead of like people acting in a house. Like it
It's
was
like-
just like
Yeah.
so like
It's like in Full House when they just walk in and they're like, "Hey DJ," and then they do
Oh,
a pose.
I
It's
want to
like,
say I loved
very
when they
casual.
used the Seinfeld intro, the do
Yeah.
the heavy bass line.
Yeah, they got permission to
That
do
was
the
funny.
Seinfeld, which was awesome.
So in the house, and I also want to hang out with Stacey Pilgrim because I just love Anna
Alex
Kendrick.
The
is like
scene
Anna Kendrick.
where he calls her and he's like, "Are you at work? Can we talk?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm about to get off." And then he's like, "All right, I'm coming in." And then as soon as he gets there, he's like, "Where's my sister?" And she's outside. She's like, "I gotta go."
I love
Wow.
Anna Kendrick.
I just
Yeah,
like,
she's
want to
great.
know
Dope.
what it would be like.
She's
to,
a
like,
local. She's from Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I want to know what it'd be like to like live in this universe. Like that's what I was
Yeah.
saying the entire time.
Everything's
very
like
ADHD.
dramatic
Yeah.
and like I like that. I
I
think
just
that's
like
pretty
want to
cool.
know like what.
I
it
want a
would be like.
music soundtrack to my
Oh,
life.
I want one. I want one real bad.
I guess Beck can do it.
My-
He did all
my-
right.
I would let
He wouldn't
him
be
do
my
it.
first choice, but
My music soundtrack
The
of the
Little
past year
Man.
was Ariana Grande, so I already had
Clairo.
my closing chapter. Of
So if you
Sea
were in this
changes.
movie
Right.
and you were the lead singer of a band, you would just
Morning
have
Please.
Ariana Grande do your music.
that, yeah, I
Nice.
trust her.
It would just be
I'll ring her up.
Mixed business.
Ariana
No.
Grande covers.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't hit up her manager for permission because he's under the fire right now. He's
Oh,
in
what's
trouble.
happening?
Oh,
He purchased
Scooter.
like all of Taylor Swift's music without permission, but like he like got I don't know. It's some huge music business.
That's
crap.
not for this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds messy.
Tell him about
So
it.
for my Alex log versus the world, it's versus the manager too, because I'm not asking him to use this stuff.
Alex Locke versus
Alex
the
Locke-
manager is a movie I absolutely want to
No,
see.
Alex
Can I
Love
speak
versus
to the
world
manager?
Just happened. Like it literally
Excuse
just
me,
happened.
but
Yeah, I did.
When he got rear-ended, I wasn't there, but
Yeah,
that was,
this year
I
slapped
remember
me in the
being like,
face. So
who would I remember driving by and be like, why is there this so much traffic on Lowell Street? And like not realizing it was Alex and like going a different way so I could go around the accident. I was like, literally, who would do this?
it wasn't
We
me though.
haven't
It was the
even
lady
left
behind
school.
me.
How dare
you're like, whose man's? So as far as like, if you say you're Edgar Wright and you're picking the artist to like do the music for the movie, who would you pick?
I answered
Make
A
all
Grande.
people
Grandy?
So if we were staying with the fact that all these bands are like underground-ish rock bands,
All right.
I would have to go with Rancid. I love Rancid. I think they would be great at like doing fake rock music. If I had to just like pick anyone though, that's so difficult.
I know. Sorry, that's a rough question.
If I gotta pick like a band,
Yeah.
you know, in Freaky Friday, Lindsay Lohan's band, and that one song they
Yeah.
sang, they're the soundtrack.
That'd be awesome. It'd be cool to do this with like rappers, like they were all like
Ooh, like Playboy
young
Cardi.
rappers,
Young
and
Like
then
they do like
You do,
Dragon
like-
Ball Z because they love Dragon Ball Z for some
all right,
reason.
everyone does, right?
No, it would come on after Avatar, and so I hated it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like I
Avatar
would like
didn't exist when
it would
I
be
was
like
watching
Avatar
Dragon
the
Ball.
Last
yeah,
Airbender.
same, yeah.
and then like after Avatar: The Last Airbender would come on, it'd be Dragon Ball Z. So it'd be 2 episodes of that, and then it'd be Dragon Ball Z, and I'd be pissed.
Was that Toonami?
Pissed.
Yeah, probably.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's
I
Toonami.
watched it on Toonami, which was like,
Oh, I watched it on like
Cartoon
Disney. No, I watched it
Network.
on like Nickelodeon something.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a
Cartoon
200
Network had
channel.
like a
It turns into like anime hour. or
anime
whatever.
hour, and it was like right after I finished like baseball,
Yeah.
and so me and all my cousins would like throw the last inning because we were like, it's taking too long, and we need to get home for Dragon Ball Z.
You're like checking your watches. You're like, guys, we
We were
Like,
just like
we gotta
lobbing
go.
balls, like just let's go.
You're like, please hit this. Please. Oh,
Yeah. What about you for music?
I'm gonna keep Beck. I mean,
I'm back.
I would die
He
for
did
him.
great.
Yeah, like he's just like such a small man, and like
wait. So that's about the 13th time you said that. What's
He is,
I
like
don't know
short.
what
aside
Beck looks
aside
like.
He's
from
short.
his stature? Like,
Like,
what
he's
is the
short.
support for Beck?
he
coming
wears
from?
that hat on the cover of Morning Phase. He won
Okay,
album
there's
of
a
the
hat.
year.
Yeah.
His music.
Oh, that's Beck.
yeah.
Yeah, he
And
did,
everyone was livid
Like-
when he won. And I'm like, I
His-
love
his
the little
al-
man.
Wait, who did he
Ah.
win
Fired
against?
He won against like
Fired up.
Beyonce, and people
Well,
were like
I was
flipping
getting-
crap.
That's like when
Beck
Casey
and
Musgraves won her
Moby.
thing, and the
Chris
locals were like,
Martin?
"Who's Casey
I
Musgraves?"
Oh,
love Beck.
Wait,
And, like,
isn't his album cover like this
Oh,
with like
No.
the hat?
yeah,
and he's
no, it's
looking
just
back?
him like this.
Oh, no.
No, looking up.
Let
I
me
can-
search-
But Morning
Fuse-
Phase album slapped. I don't know. I've been listening to Beck since I was a youngin', and his music style has changed so much over the years. And like he's very versatile.
Oh, this
And so
this
he could
guy's
do,
old.
Yeah, the little man with the hat. Look
Oh
at his
yeah,
hat.
yeah, there he is.
I love him.
So Edgar Wright directed a music video for Beck 2 years ago, maybe 3
Oh,
years
really?
ago.
Okay.
But it's really cool. It's like all like blue and yellow,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's a lot of like synchronized like choreography going on,
Yeah.
and like the camera's like doing some
They
stuff.
have a song, and
Very
like
cool.
it just like reminds me of like if there
Bless.
was like when I listened to the song, me and my sister Nikki, we both agreed on it. Like we just imagined like blue people, aliens, and like reflective silver suits dancing on a beach. Like I swear to God.
You're
Like,
tweaking.
no.
right now.
No, I
No,
mean
me
that's
and
kind of how
Nikki, it's like-
how the music video is a little bit.
Oh my God! It's like I can like see it. Like it's like I don't know. It just like is like what the soundtrack, like what that music video should be for that song.
Have you
Sounds
guys
beautiful.
seen any other movies by Edgar Wright?
Never.
I've only read his poems.
So I saw Baby Driver, which was
You liked that?
it was pretty good. I thought it could be better
Wait, what's
story wise.
Shaun of the
I'm
Dead
with you
again?
on that.
So he did a trilogy. He called the Cornetto trilogy. It's an ice cream. And it's with 2 British actors, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, who are both amazing. And they did Shaun of the Dead, which is a zombie one.
I think
Then-
I've seen it, but like not really.
It's
like
my
brother
favorite
liked
of
it.
the 3. And then Hot Fuzz, which is on Netflix and about 2 police officers. And then The World's End, which is an alien film, I believe. And the Hot Fuzz is like a cult.
Yeah,
I've
Hot
seen
Fuzz-
Shaun of the Dead. Sorry, didn't mean
Yeah,
to interrupt.
very funny.
It's my
movies.
brother. Like that was like they would tweak after
Like Chris
watching it.
Rock.
It was funny.
Super similar editing style too, like quick
true.
cuts, transitions where you're like, oh, we're already there, like
Yep.
already in the next scene.
A lot of whip pans,
Yeah.
like that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Hot Fuzz may be my favorite
Out of the
of
3.
his, just because I mean, conspiracies are fun,
Mm-hmm.
and like seeing Simon Pegg as kind of like he's kind of like that character
Yeah.
who's like he's got to loosen up.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny seeing him in that role because I feel like that's not usually his
yeah.
his
he-
characters, you know.
a lot of times he gets like comic relief characters,
Yeah,
but like he can play so much. He's a really great actor, and I
he is.
feel like a lot of comedy actors get this thing where people are like, they're not good actors because they just do comedy.
Comedy's hard.
Comedy is so hard, and
Yeah.
it's all about timing. So-
Absolutely.
Yeah, so totally check out one of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Baby Driver's cool. Like I said, I wanted more from the story, but cool editing and like every motion in
Yeah.
the scene and all the edits are cut to the music, which is pretty dope. And great idea.
definitely. I think that one got derailed a little bit by who was in it, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Don't
Well,
talk about
'cause-
Anna Kendrick like that.
She's the baby driver.
Young Frank Underwood himself,
Oh, okay.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so I feel like that
forgot
kind
about
of
that.
yeah, that kind of like put a
I like
weird thing on it.
self-edit my brain.
Right.
I'm like, who is Kaiser Sose?
The biggest trick the devil ever pulled.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys don't know that one either. You
No.
can probably miss Usual Suspects. I mean, that's a great movie.
It's a great
But-
movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know why everyone's like,
because
I-
it's him and Bryan Singer. That's the whole thing.
oh yeah,
So it's like a weird combo. But Benicio del Toro, one of my favorite.
great in that. Absolutely. He a little bit annoys me because like the whole thing with Sicario, I think it is.
Yeah,
is the
Sicario,
movie?
yeah.
Sicario, where they're like, we should remake the movie. We should have a sequel, but like, let's just get rid of the girl. They were like, everything should be the same, but let's get rid of that girl. I don't know
They
if
kind of
that's how
set.
it went.
It's not really. I mean,
but
they,
that's how I felt watching the first one and the trailer.
so did you see the second one?
No, I only saw the
okay.
first one.
There is a female character that they. I wouldn't say they like replaced her,
Oh,
but it's basically happening like on the other side of the border. So it's like
Okay.
there's not. It's not really about. It's more about this kid's journey, and like it's like two kids, but they didn't just take Emily Blunt's character and like discard her,
Yeah, it really.
because the end of the first one is kind of like she's never doing this stuff again.
Oh, of
she's done.
course.
She's done.
But I was like, wow, it really felt like they were like, that was a really good movie, but no one saw it. So like, let's redo that, but like, get rid of the lady we tried to make the lead.
Yeah, I feel
I love
you.
Emily Blunt though.
I do too.
she's
Shout out E Blunt.
My essential question of
Yeah.
this movie was, what were we munching on
Ooh.
during this film?
Oh, I can answer that. I was eating pretzels and cheese.
Okay.
Pub cheese?
Yeah, just like
Gross.
I don't know. Just
Anything
like as a snack.
fake cheddar gets me off
hard
my
pretzels or
rails,
soft pretzels?
and not a good way.
I don't like hard pretzels. I only like soft pretzels.
You don't like pretzels.
Yeah, pretzels are so
I like salted
good.
dough.
No, if you want to like, I want
Hot
pretzels.
salty bread. I like that.
I like
I do
Snyder's,
really like that.
but I like Wetzel's pretzels at the mall.
Oh my god.
Yo.
That's crack, right? They
Like
must
that.
have
That's-
something in it.
They have like
That's
MSG
like
in them or
heroin.
something.
I love
I would
that.
die for them.
Those cinnamon sugar.
Oh.
Oh,
No, the
just
salty
like
ones.
salty
The
ones.
And
salty
then-
ones, like they're so buttery for some reason.
And then while you order them, you watch those ladies make the hot dogs.
Oh my god, yes, yes.
the
Yep.
ones that they give you where it's like in a cup and then the dipping sauce like goes on top, and you kind of just like
The bites.
yeah, it's
The
just
bites?
it's too
Oh,
much.
the
I'm
bites.
hungry. Why
I
did I
literally
mention
like
that?
the bites.
I'm mad hungry too. I may need to.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat at Canopy Lake if I
I
ever
want to go
make
get
it.
some mock. No, I'm kidding.
The
I'm sorry.
hell?
No, we're in full support of Maki. However long they need,
Absolutely.
they
But
will be
I'm
back.
hungry.
They'll be back when they're ready.
Yeah.
And if need be, Lily, we will order a sushi, freeze it, send it up, and then you'll get it on your doorstep or your uncle's doorstep,
Thank
which
you.
wherever you're
I
at.
can give
but-
you my mail number. Wait, let me see. Let me see my wallet.
No one has your wallet.
Thank you, later.
I have it.
You just did the wallet dump earlier.
Where did it go? It's over here somewhere.
Des, what were you eating? Well,
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was literally yesterday.
Last
I went to
night.
do my laundry. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
248.
today, Lily, that's actually your social security number.
Today we are reading our addresses really soft over the.
flexed.
I'll save that for later. If I ever make it to Canopy.
I don't know,
I had
guys. I
chicken and
mean,
potatoes for dinner, so I guess
Ooh.
that's
Ooh.
kind of what I had.
Like mashed or like
Mashed
sauté?
potatoes,
Bomb.
and then
With all
like
that
roasted
butter.
but that was like right before I
All that
watched,
butter.
and then right after I had some Oreos, so I didn't eat during. Sadly,
I brought down a bag of Trader Joe's pita chips, but they're the like light ones, so they're like crunchy and like
I know
they're
what you mean.
fluffy
Yep,
and they're
yep.
like yummy. They're not fluffy.
They're
They're
like
just
crisp. They're
crisp.
extra crisp.
And you're like,
Instead of like the thick Stacy's pita.
they're
I
they're
like the
crack.
Stacy's, so.
But I never opened them, so I didn't have anything. But I would have had those.
Joe, what did
they
you
were in
have?
the basement. where my
I
burgers
had-
are made.
Leftover dill pickle chips made by
Oh,
the goat
made by-
brand of potato chips, Humpty Dumpty, which you can really only find like northern U.S., like near Canada.
Like, were they wrapped like in an elastic? Like, if they were
What?
left over, did you make sure they
Like,
were
yeah,
air free?
Like, how did you like?
Because those Teddy Grahams are not
Oh.
air free.
Oh,
They're
the
full of air.
no, just the you'd crinkle them and tape them or something. I think I had tape. I had
Some that like
some
freaks
duct
me
tape.
out sometimes, so I
Tape?
don't. I buy a new bag.
Get a chip
Left.
clip
Oh, reusable.
Clip your chip.
Mm.
or get one of those things that like seals it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Then you
that's
could
like
be extra.
dangerous.
Why?
Lily would like seal her sisters together. She had that.
You could like, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna say anything because this is gonna get weird. But yeah.
Dear God.
What are you doing with it? Okay. Sorry, did you say? You said
No,
what
that's
you
my
ate?
only
Dill-
EQ. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had dill pickle chips, and also I had actually 2 semi-eaten bags.
Oh.
So it was dill pickle and all dressed,
Oh,
which
Like
I may have
everything
talked about
bagel.
I
this
know what they
before.
mean.
it's basically like ketchup chips,
I know what you mean.
which is basically like barbecue chips, just with a little extra zing in there, a little extra
Little
flavor.
extra vinegar?
little
Yeah, a
zing.
little extra vinegar, a little extra flavoring. You know, who knows what's in there, but they're bomb.
Nice.
The only type of chip I have bias against is salt and vinegar chip.
Oh,
Oh,
God, they
I
can
love
die.
'em.
They
I
They're
love
literally-
'em.
so good.
know.
See?
They're
So
so
rough.
G.
So
Des,
G.
they're like
And like
Beyond G.
like
when
that.
someone is sitting
that
next
acid.
to me eating them, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
the
like,
acid.
There's a reason why you're
They-
on that side of the table.
The acid in that is like I
Gross.
need that to live. Like
This is
God,
the salt and
no.
vinegar side over here.
I am, like-
because-
Oh yeah, and this the other side too.
Like,
I'm not
get
gonna
them-
say it right now, but you know what it is.
You get them kettle cooked, and then you're satisfied.
I'm not gonna, but they know what I mean. Yes, exactly. No, you know what? Chips
Look,
really
all-
good. The
all-
kettle cooked
can't read
salt and
lips
pepper
either.
chips.
yeah, those are good.
Those them boys.
The
slap.
brand
They destroy
kettle.
your mouth in a similar way that salt and vinegar does.
No,
they do.
No, it's not like that's like how salt and vinegar make
The
you feel.
brand kettle also has
Like
honey
that.
Dijon.
Oh, those are
So
really
good.
good.
But of course, when I was buying them, both Lily and her
Really good.
sister were like,
Chip taste.
Why would you
Clearly, I've
ever-
been like,
"Why would you ever buy
And-
that?" And then they
Wait,
finished the
so
bag.
we're gonna do
Yeah,
a
and then it's
video where
gone.
we try chicken
Yeah, they
nuggets, and then
finished
we're
the
gonna
bag.
also gonna have to guess what the chip flavor is.
Ooh,
yeah,
good call.
Yeah.
it has to be
Good call.
blind taste testing.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Of
Are we
course.
doing the nugget one as well?
Oh yeah,
I have to plan it.
yeah. That's
Yes.
Alex's big summer project.
Yeah,
Yes, you are gonna do a different one.
That's
she's doing the
decent.
salt
Yeah,
one.
that looks a little more professional.
that we can get
But
another
I think
national award for.
I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying like that's awesome, but we need one that like
Gives
There's a
us our
little-
coin for the
yeah,
next
that
few
gets us in a
years, if you know what I'm
festival.
saying.
I really liked this movie. I just wanted to say that. I
I
really
compared
did.
to District
good one.
9, I like this movie a lot more. I was
Okay.
I was also in a better mental place
I
when I was
also-
watching District
I have to agree
9
that I'm
compared to
I'm
this.
in a
I was,
better
it
mental
was
state
very it was
today
I was
than
very
I was
refreshed.
when I
Less
was
I was
watching
ready to
District
watch
9.
it. I was just really stressed that when I had to watch District 9, a lot was going on.
Yeah, I agree. That
Like
was
my
a
plate
hard
was
time for me.
It's a
clear,
lot
my
more
stomach was
fun
stuffing.
movie.
It
This
was.
was more this was more like you can pay attention
I
and
was
not pay
like, I'm
attention and get
tired,
it.
but then I was like, I want to finish the end of this movie. Like, I was
Yeah,
like,
me
I'm tired,
too.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I
I was like,
loved this movie.
I'm tired, I'm gonna finish this and then go to bed. So that was good.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I
did.
like when you guys haven't seen a movie.
I like
And
that
exposed
too.
And I
Here
also just
to it.
really like this cast. Anna Kendrick.
It is a great.
When you watch
cast.
when you watch this Anna Kendrick,
I'll do it for this side in case she looks at this one.
oval. It was an
like I just
oval.
love Anna Kendrick and I don't know why.
Yeah, she was really great in this.
You can do it like this.
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, I would die for her.
Aubrey Plaza is amazing. Allison Pill.
She's
Ellen
the only one I
Wong.
didn't look up on IMDb.
You see this,
when I was
Anna
watching
Kendrick?
this
That
movie.
is Joe's
So,
kidney.
The,
It's yours.
The two movies
if you
I
need
can
it.
think of for Allison Pill are she was in Snowpiercer,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
which I love, and
Bong Joon Ho.
Goon. She was in Goon.
Oh my God. Shawnee Williams Scott.
And her husband or her ex-husband, I think.
Ooh, shout out
bad
to exes in general. That's kind of the
Yeah, since we're talking about it.
Damn.
Yeah, in Goon, Jay Baruchel, I think his name is. He's a tall, skinny
Yep.
Canadian guy. Also in This Is the End. They were married for a while.
Them small Canadian guys can really break your heart.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Tell me something.
No,
they
really,
were
tell
from
me
New
about it.
York.
No, Jay Baruchel is the man.
Hey,
He's dope.
what else?
All I have to say is that Canada really knows how to breed actors. I feel like all actors are
Yeah.
from Canada.
Yeah.
What
Just
about
all-
Ellen
Great
Wong? What
filmmaker.
movies have she? What movie has she been in?
I don't really know.
Knieves.
I just know Anna Kendrick was
I
in
just like
Pitch
want to know like
Perfect.
if Naz was like her real
This
name.
movie.
Like what like you know like
Perfect.
What do you mean?
like were her parents like
Knives
Knives.
Chow?
Yeah.
I mean, in the comic it is. So this is based off, like I said, Brian Lee O'Malley, a comic book artist who did the Scott Pilgrim series, and he did Seconds, which is a graphic novel that I really like. And he doesn't animate, but he writes Snot Girl.
okay.
So Scott Pilgrim was six comics.
Oh, that's fun. That's
and-
really fun.
Only the second one is called Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I believe I'm trying to remember the first one, Scott Pilgrim versus like his lazy life or something.
I relate.
Yeah, they all have like a thing. What would be your Lily Hart versus
Lily
right
Hurt
now?
versus having to get out of bed earlier than noontime. Or Lily Hart versus her siblings.
Oh, I would watch that.
damn.
I wouldn't.
Alex Locke versus the peanut allergy.
Alex Locke versus the Peanuts.
Yeah,
Alex Locke versus the Peabody High population.
Get him.
Get him.
Scared.
Finish him.
Joe.
This weekend it would have been
Josiah versus the mosquito bites.
The L
Brother
word.
Josiah against mosquitoes and trying to start a fire in the rain.
Oh,
Yeah, that
did
was-
you not bring any like natural
Survivor.
fire? Like, did you bring like
Alex
any, like,
Locke versus the English
kerosene
language.
or like anything? Like
I'm,
nothing.
I'm
Or
gonna
purist?
I'm gonna say because I don't think they're gonna hear us. But we did bring mad lighter fluid and abused it. So I mean, because when you need a fire, you need a fire.
Did you source your wood locally or did you bring it in because it's illegal to
Oh,
bring
of
it
course we sourced it local.
Okay, good.
I mean, that's pretty much the only thing. I mean, actually, the ketchup chips too. And also, we stopped at the Hannafids.
in? Oh, that's the #1 employer in the state of Maine. Fun fact.
I know, and I want to support. So we went by. We got ourselves some eats. You know, some ice to keep that
Get us
that
some
food
ice.
that food good.
Yeah.
Also, me against bears because we had to like chain the. I saw a moose.
A moose.
I saw a moose in real life.
What?
I was
Jealous.
a little flabbergasted.
Them boys are big.
Yeah,
Them big boys.
it was actually a cow.
Oh, so them big gals.
I was a big gal.
That's a big girl.
Oh. I literally was like, I thought you said it was a moose.
She was like, so
Wait,
that's cool too, but like I've seen cows too. Yeah.
I saw a bear once in New Hampshire while we were driving on Kangas Mangas.
Oh, King Vegas Highway. Iconic.
What kind of bear was it? Black
Black
bear
bear.
or
I once saw a
brown?
black bear.
He was black and he had a very large bottom and he like ran across the road. He literally was like Wyatt shaped and he ran across the road and we like pulled over and stopped and
Yeah.
he just like turned around and looked at us and then like waddled away.
He's like, "What you looking at my gut for?"
Yeah.
Oh, nobody hears a Trailer Park Boys person.
I once saw a bear up in North Conway as well, up by the trash. He was eating.
Oh, I was like, at Clark's?
No. He was by the trash where I was staying. Him and like the cubs. So I saw the cubbies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
man.
So you gotta keep your distance. 'Cause
You do.
Them boys get mad.
Yo, we heard we saw that in The Revenant. Leo got trashed
Oh
on.
damn! I tried to watch that movie. I fell asleep.
It was a lot.
The
was a lot.
story of that man, very interesting.
Fascinating, yeah.
It's like even more crazy than the movie. Like it's like even more crazy.
The movie was made as like an homage to Tarkovsky, which is like he's like this very like artsy director who used to make Russian movies like way back in the day. So yeah, it was like a very
Dumb Russians.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
Oh sure. And now next
sure.
on Lily's summation of geopolitical implications of The Revenant, we
Love
have
it.
The Russians.
she's like the
The
Russians
Russians.
can't do it.
Lily versus the Russians is also a
Damn.
movie I
No,
would
no,
see.
no, no,
Lily
no,
versus
no.
Lily Hart versus Vladimir Putin.
Alex Locke versus
Sign
the
me up.
English language and not being able to actually say anything correctly.
That's just this podcast. We don't need to like fantasize about that. What that is. That's all I
Love
have to
it.
say.
Yeah. You right.
Shout
you
out
right.
Des for
Shall
this
we?
blanket.
Shall
Oh,
we
yeah.
transition
trunk.
into Lily?
Oh,
The
I think so, right? Is
Damn.
there
Des,
anything
I
else
mean,
we want to
Des,
hit on?
this is really your one. I don't want to
Do you want to
lose
do you
my
have anything
job
else you
again
wanna
like
say?
District 9.
No, we're good.
All right. Last thoughts.
She just gave me a look.
I just
Yeah.
I really like this movie.
Compared to District 9, Des's previous pick, I have
Uncompared to District 9,
Uncompared
I
to-
like this movie.
I liked it. I liked it with
I would watch
the
it again.
I love
comparison to District 9, but it was pretty G. And I really did like this cast. They were
Mm-hmm.
fun to watch while you were partially like
Yeah.
falling asleep because I
Them,
watched pretty
the
late.
cutting, the music.
I loved when
I
the-
love.
I need to go back and like watch these like camera tricks you guys are talking about.
like
Yeah,
after
it's
this,
amazing.
I didn't
after
watch it
watching
for
this,
that.
says I feel
Yeah.
more inspired to watch Michael Cera movies
Yeah.
because I've heard some good stuff about them, and I want to hang out with them at his house.
Do you think he has a nice house?
I'm
Yes,
sure. Yeah, he's rich. Yeah, I just really liked it. I liked comic books at the time. I mean, I still do, but
Can't relate.
I did really like comic books and especially video games.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was awesome that they referenced Zelda and Final Fantasy and like old fighter games. So that's really all my loves coming together.
I didn't realize the Ramona's hair changes were the Zelda. What is it? The Zelda bosses.
Yeah, the goddesses,
goddesses,
in
sorry.
Zelda,
That's so
she
cool.
matches. And then if you look, when she changes, there's at least one outfit where Scott coordinates to her hair.
I thought I
So-
saw that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So like when she has pink hair, he'll have at least one outfit where it's like pink.
Yeah.
Same for blue and green. I
The
don't.
green one was where I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I also liked that he was wearing SP shirts for Scott
Oh,
Pilgrim, but it was
yeah.
really for they're Smashing Pumpkin shirts, which just makes me think of when people say that Smashing Pumpkins look like Death Eaters from Harry Potter, which is amazing.
Billy Corgan just has a specific look to him as well.
Very
yeah.
specific. So yeah, I just really like this movie. I think our listeners will like it if you like video games.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah,
And
so
even
it
if you
was
don't
on
like video
Netflix.
games.
It's on Netflix.
Easy as
so
it
yeah,
is.
if you like this movie, what's another movie you'd recommend?
Ooh.
Any
Before we-
Anna Kendrick movie because she's amazing. I don't know. I
She's
just
such a small
want
part
to
in
become
this
good
one.
friends with her. I
Oh, when her
have a connection.
boyfriend, when Wallace steals her boyfriend,
Oh my god.
and she's like, again?
yeah, that's a good one.
Love
Like
it.
shout out Anna Kendrick.
I don't know. This is hard. I like.
Right?
I don't know. Come
There
back
aren't
to
a
me.
lot of movies that like
this.
reference video games well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them, if there's ever someone playing video games, it's like a COD, like Call of Duty game, or like that's the nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they like this movie had so many video game references, but they really didn't talk about playing video games at all.
they
in it.
didn't. It
Like I
had
thought that
a
was really
lot of
funny. You know what
games,
I
yeah.
mean?
The only time they talk about it is when she asks young Neil what he plays.
Yeah.
Talking about instruments, and he's like, Tetris, and ooh, that's a big question.
Zelda.
And I was like, I feel you. Yeah, Zelda. And that was probably
Oh.
Game Boy Zelda, which is difficult.
Video game movies. Grandma's Boy.
Oh, that would be a great one. If you wanted like a more crass version
Yeah.
of this,
Well,
Grandma's Boy is dope.
not even version of this, but just like
Recommendation from this.
yeah, like video game adjacent movies that
Yeah.
are fun to watch. Basically. Yeah.
I think that's a great one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything, Lily? Nothing. I'm gonna recommend Death Proof because it has Ramona in it. It is unrelated video game wise or style wise, but there's fights and Ramona, so you
There
can
you
check
go.
that out
That
All
works.
right.
by Tarantino.
Shall we pass this torch?
Yes, Alex. Let's talk to Lily about what she would like to do for next time.
Hey,
Okay.
what you thinking?
I
She's
think
deep in thought.
I'm gonna do the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, the second one.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, so now I have to watch 2 Hunger Games movies?
You've never seen the Hunger
You've never
Games?
seen the first one?
Even
No,
when
I
it was
haven't.
That's on you.
popular?
So
Oof, all right,
maybe
fair
we
enough.
should just do the series.
All right.
No.
Oh my God. You're gonna make me
I'm
watch.
Not, Des,
No,
I'm
we
not
can just do
watching that
the-
third one.
No.
That one's
We
terrible.
can do watch
one's
the
so
first and the
slow.
second. I would
Okay.
highly recommend doing the first and the second because we're definitely going to touch upon all bases of this series.
Okay.
And you'll get pretty familiar with that, and then look up a Spark Note version. Hit us up
Wait
like if
a
you need the
minute,
rest of the
Mr.
story. But like
Postman.
because we all three of us know a lot about the universe and
Oh, yeah.
everything, and so like we can get into this, and I want you to be able to.
We
talk
just
about it with
Joe,
us.
just
I
go
like
to
that
your
you're
local
picking-
library and read the whole book.
I
and
like
then
that you're
watch.
picking the second
with
one
it.
because film wise,
It's
the
the best.
first one like didn't have the same budget and
Yeah.
stuff. So like style, both like
It's because no one believed in
design
it.
and filming is so at a different level.
Yeah.
Is Philip Seymour Hoffman in the second one?
He is.
Sick. All right.
So is Effie Trinket, the woman who would eat the Met Gala.
Lenny
All right,
Kravitz.
kill
We'll
it.
talk about that
Lenny
next
Kravitz.
episode. But,
But
yeah,
can
I'm really excited to talk about this because this is like something that I've
like
been a huge
this
fan of since I
the
was like
second
12.
one
Yeah.
is like culture. Like there's a certain culture.
Like there's
behind
culture behind
It.
it.
Like the flavor, the
flavor of the
the-
second movie is like so different than the
like
the flavor of
the
anything
extra
else.
cheese on your hands of the second movie. I'm gone.
That's it.
Like
That's
what
it.
type of the cheese dust are we talking
well,
here? Like
first of all, I'm not having any of it. So
Like the
can't
flavor
answer.
of the second movie is just so much better than the first. Like
It's
it's just
like-
it's like more rounder.
It's like
a better flavor.
Chipotle.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's a rounder flavor.
Chipotle versus what though?
Don't say it.
Chipotle versus like sleeping
Versus
for
the
dinner.
world.
No, I
Scott
feel
Pilgrim.
the first one would be like Chipotle, whereas the
Uh-huh.
second one would be like a legitimate Mexican restaurant
Yeah.
or like Howling
Gotcha.
Wolf in Salem or
Ooh,
something.
yeah.
Hey,
Howlin'
shout out
Wolf is pretty
Chipotle
fire.
'cause
Ooh,
it hits
shout out
different.
La Victoria and Beverly. Them boys have some good stuff over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wally Street.
Well, I
Hit
just
it
want to
up.
let you guys know I'm very hungry right now, so this is not
Same,
helping
boy.
me. I'm like passing out.
But yeah,
Alright.
I'm very, very excited to do the
Can you
Hunger
do the
Games.
whistle?
I can't do it. I can't whistle.
What is it
Oh.
like?
God, I can't whistle good though. No, it's up, down.
It's like-
and I can't
Wait, what's the whistle we're trying to do?
from Hunger Games.
It's like-
Oh.
Do 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 do.
We'll
There you
have
go.
a recording ready for next
That
time.
works.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't try to do this because
Alright.
I haven't seen the movie.
A-Lock
Wow,
signing off. Scott Pilgrim versus the Catching Fire.
Here we go.
Fuego.
I'm so excited for you
Signing
next
out.
week. It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be like,
We're gonna kick your teeth.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Bye.
and we're doing a Hunger Games simulator.
I'm Lily.
And I broke the mic, the headset.
I don't break in the headset. I don't want to hate it.